Hello and welcome to this first episode of Attingham Park. Very exciting new series where I am using a new format of determining actions that happen every day. So basically the economic conditions will change every year. We'll have daily modifiers. We'll be using a random number generator to pick the modifiers or the modifying conditions. As you see here, the random number is chosen number 13, and in this case we'll go to our economic and weather scenario map, as you can see here. So that's scenarios. In this case, scenario we chose 13 of the number generator, so that means no change. So however you start the map, it stays the same. Very dry season, allow one field to wither. We won't have any fields to wither, so that would not be applicable at this point in time, but it may at other times. So in the meantime, we've organized a contract to mow, windrow and make some silage for a farm on field 24, I think it is, and we'll get out there now, and then while we're doing that I'll explain to you the setup that we have had here. So as you can see, we've only got £624 to start. We do have a small bit of land next to the BGA. We also have access to the BGA, and we have access to a what is it? It was a telehandler. That's right. So we have access to a telehandler, which we can use, but we have to pay £50 a day to use it. So if we don't use it, we don't pay, of course, but if we use it for a minute on a day, we have to pay the £50, which is not too bad. It just gives us that option. And on the land of the BGA, there is a silage clamp which we can use, and that would be free of charge. But of course, once again, we'd have to pay for the telehandler to move the silage once we want to move it into and sell it to the BGA. Any silage that is made in the silage clamp will need to be sold to the BGA. So if we want to make silage for animals at a later stage, we'll either have to have a place to put up our own silage clamp, or we would have to make silage bales. So there we go. That's the area of there that we are going to. So we'll get out there and we'll start looking after that grass field. So we'll just do a bit of a jump cut to just before we come into the BGA, so that we can just run through the BGA, have a quick look at the BGA. It's a standard BGA for Attingham Park. It's the area where the normal easy mode game starts, but we don't have any of the fields. So here we come up to the BGA. As we go through, if you look quickly to the left, you'll see the telehandler. There we go, there it is there. So we can use that. And then as we come out of the BGA, it's the silage clamp on the right hand side. As we come out of the BGA from the gate down to the river, on the left hand side is our little piece of heaven. I'm not going to do anything with that right now. I think my priority at this stage is to do as many contracts as I can in the next few months to build up enough capital to buy a field. I'm kind of looking at this field just coming up on the right there. So that'll be one of the options, but we will look at some other options as well. So let's get this mower out. I wonder how many bales we'll get from this. Anybody got an idea? I reckon we should get quite a few. The most important thing, of course, is are there going to be any left after we've finished the contract that we'll be able to save for ourselves. So we will save as many as we can. I've made arrangements with the PGA owners that I can store it in the in one of the sheds for as long as you need be. They haven't said anything about charging me, but so we'll keep stum on that until they say something. Alright, so we'll just head off, and as you can see I've put this onto a time lapse just to get it going, otherwise it'll take ages. These are big fields. So we'll play a bit of music while this is going. So we're nearing the end, and once we've done this little section we'll just nip on back to the store and pick up the windrower. I think there is a vehicle up there, so I'll just hitch a ride up there and go and pick that up once this is done. As we go through this first episode and the next few episodes, you'll get to see the full operation of this new modification mode, I suppose you would call it, of playing the game. So the idea is that at the beginning of every year you use a random number generator to generate a number between 1 and 14, and I've created different scenarios with 14 different options on them. So whichever number that lands on for any given beginning of the year, we will then pull up a scenario sheet, and whatever that number is, we'll follow that scenario for that year. So it could be that we can't plant any crops, or we will have disease in the cows, or whatever, but you will see that as we go through. Also, I have done, and it will be up, if not before, just after this video, a full run through of all the rules, which I'll do as a separate issue. And then each player can choose. In my case, I will just use the same number. So if we generate a number 9, it'll be number 9 on the yearly random scenario, be number 9 on the weather and economic conditions, and of course generally there will be a daily one as well for that first month or day or whatever it is, and that will also just apply to the same number. You could of course draw separately, do a random number selection for each different scenario if you wish, so there's no problem with that. A couple of basic rules just to run through them. With regard to workers, you can only use the amount of workers as you have drivable vehicles, so they must be owned by you as well. So you would need to own the vehicle. It must be a drivable vehicle, so a combine, a truck, a tractor, whatever you need to do. And once you have a number of those, you can use as many workers as you like, up to, well, as many workers as vehicles that you have, up to the maximum that the game allows. With regard to leasing, you only can lease two. You can only have 2 leases going at any one time. Of course, you can swap and change them. With regard to mods, you're allowed 5 normal mods, 5 placeable mods, plus there are some standard mods that have to be implemented or have to be placed as part of the game. And those will be the government subsidy side and the daily deduction signs, or daily deduction mod. You can also choose to play precision farming, and if you do play precision farming, that is not included in one of the player mods, so that's over and above that. Right, whilst I was rambling on there, I've got the tedder out, and sorry, not the tedder. I'm thinking about making hay now. We've got the windrow out, and we'll just windrow this field as well and get it ready for baling. Yes, I'm really pretty excited about this new way of playing, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So whilst this is getting windrowed, we'll put on a bit of music again. See you afterwards. Right, so that's that field just about windrowed. It looks like it's going to be quite a bit of grass to be baled, so I would reckon well over the 50 bales. If you want to have a guess, put it down in the comments. So also, with regard to the length of this game, I'm going to play this one for 5 years, so 60 months, which will probably be 60 episodes or thereabouts. There might be some winter month episodes where I combine 2 or 3 days together when there's not a lot going on. So be around about that sort of length. And we'll try and get through one day at a time, so each day will start with the daily drawing. Of course, in March there will be a lot more going on as we get set up for the next year. So on the modifiers, there are modifiers that are advantageous and there are modifiers that are disadvantageous. So it just depends on what you draw. They're all in play every time, so you could actually get 2 or 3 months in a row where the same modifier comes up. Shouldn't really happen. Right, so we're back at the store, going to pick up the baler. I like to use this fast track to come and pick up things because it can move along those country roads. Trying to think, all of a sudden the song came to mind. Country Roads, is it John Denver? I'm not sure, I think so. Get the good old country on. Right, so we'll get this back to the field and get the baler going. Also, there is a new little feature at the end of every video called Bloopers Corners, or Knucklehead Corner, I think I've called it. It's basically bloopers. Some little incidents that might have happened during the making of the episode that you might enjoy, have a bit of chuckle at. And you're quite welcome to pass comment on my skills or lack thereof, especially with regard to those knucklehead moments. So we're really churning out the bales at a rapid rate. Just looking at the time, I think we'll pretty much only be able to get finished the baling today. I don't think we'll be able to wrap before it gets dark. It's not too much of a problem. What we'll do is we'll probably do a different contract tomorrow, and then we'll get back the day after to come and wrap these bales and take them through to the livestock or shop, I suppose you would call it, livestock area. Right, so that's, as you just noticed, there was a little bit of funny stuff going on there. Get a better look at that in the knucklehead corner. Right, it's not far from finished. We'll just do the rest of this on a time lapse. Or should I say it's been on time lapse, we'll just get some music on for the rest of this. Right, so that's just about done. I'll show you how many bales we got after we've finished this off. Shouldn't be much more. I'm not sure how much is left in there. There's not a hell of a lot left. It's not worth going around chasing all that little bits because we won't make up another bale, so we'll just get a couple of bits up here and then offload the bales that are in the bale at the moment, and then we'll head off back to the store, pick up the wrapper, park it outside the hotel and go and have a bit of a rest for the night. We are getting perilously close to zero in the bank account, only 551 in there now. There will be some fees to be paid for the BGA overnight. There you go. How many we've got? 64. That's not bad. That's not bad. I wonder how many of those will... I'm going to say they're going to need about 50 odd to complete the contract. So I'd hope to come out with sort of 10 to 12 bales at the end of the day. Some of them, of course, will be automatically sold when we complete the contract, but hopefully I can judge it so that I've got some still left in the field that we can store for when we get animals. Let's park this up and we'll get into the fast track, then nip off back to the store. I think you caught a glimpse there of the actual blooper as it was happening, so you can watch it in a little bit more depth at the end of the episode. Right, so we're back at the store now. Just going to pick up that the wrapper. It's a nice wrapper. I like this wrapper for square bales. There's not enough for square bales, but this one works quite well. It's fairly nippy. Right, we'll go off to the hotel. Well, thank you for watching this episode. Please like and subscribe, and enjoy the bloopers after this little episode. I'm sure you'll have a good laugh. Drop a note in the comments, commenting what you think about my solution to the problem. I'm sure you'll have some comments on that. Cheerio. See you in the next episode.